This just in. We had someone lose one of his final two in the first game of the day on Sunday, then proceed to lose his other finalist, his champion, in the second game of the day. Yes, that's correct. Both of the final two summarily ousted in the first two games of the day. Who is this loser, you might ask? Yes, it is true. Me. I am out. I picked Wichita State and Kansas to make the final game. Neither of those two teams survived today. By the way, I nearly lost my third Final Four team in the third game of the day, but luckily, Iowa State survived North Carolina and proceeded on. And so I sit here now in the charred remains of my Wichita State hat, bemoaning what was a terrible day for me in my bracket. By the way, 5 other geniuses lost both of their final two. Jackie Miyazaki, who had Syracuse over Duke, and Tyler Park, who had the same. Michael Mullins, who had Duke over Kansas, and Trenton Switzer and Kyle Smith, who both had Kansas over Creighton in their championship game. Joke. What a weekend of action it was, though. Man, Florida stifles Pitt in the first game. Louisville, I thought, was not very impressive in their win over a weak St. Louis squad. And I was licking my chops thinking about that Wichita State-Louisville matchup that I expected to see next week. Michigan was very strong against Texas. San Diego State with some stifling defense in a nice win. The highlight of Saturday really probably was Dayton over Syracuse. What a game, what a finish. That was exciting. Along with Jackie and Tyler Park, Jeff Gamboa and Adam Lewandowski lost their champion team when Syracuse went out. Wisconsin-Oregon was a great game. I love the way the Badgers brought out the whooping stick in the second half and finished that game. Michigan State looked pretty good over Harvard, although a late run by the Crimson made it pretty close. And Connecticut owned Villanova from start to finish. Nova definitely exposed as a pretender that many of us thought they were before the tournament started. Sunday highlights, Stanford, Kansas. Man, as much as I'd like to give Stanford some credit, Kansas was just inept. They could not score the ball. And along with Trenton and Kyle, Don Hill, Justin Ip, and Logan Tosky lost their champion when Kansas went down. I am angry and bitter about Wichita State having to play Kentucky in their second game. Here's a team that was at preseason number 1, loaded with talent, obviously young, didn't pull it together, seemed like they were coming on strong toward the end of the year, played the number 1 team in the nation to a 1-point game in the SEC championship game, and definitely, and was ranked in the top 25 pretty much the whole year. So really should not have been an 8 seed. Should have been about a 6, maybe down to a 7, but definitely not an 8 seed. It was unfair to Wichita State to pit them against Kentucky in the second game. I really felt like Wichita State being undefeated was going to be nervous coming into the tournament and would need a game or two to kind of build some momentum, and to have had 2 relatively easy games to play the likes of Memphis or Gonzaga in the second game would have been much more fair to them than having them have to play Kentucky right there. Sucks, but that's the way it is. Wichita State is out. 9 people, including me, saw their hopes of a pool championship go up in smoke as Wichita State went down. For those of you who are laughing about that game and laughing about the fact that I picked Wichita State, here's what I have to say for you guys right here, all right? This is for you guys right here, okay? Hope everybody can see this okay. Looks like it might be a little too tall, so let me duck a little bit. Here you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. Check that out. All right. That's for the rest of you. Now, Iowa State, without their most versatile player, did knock out North Carolina, so they are still alive. That was a great game. Tennessee and UCLA both winning expected easy wins. Baylor just brings out the whooping stick and with a 30-point win against Creighton. Oh, man. That was not a good showing for the Big East at all. By the way, Lauren Horton picked Creighton to win it all. Finally, Virginia and Arizona, both showing why they're #1 seeds. And Lane Marchetti incidentally picked Memphis to win it all, and they were, of course, crushed by Virginia. Congratulations are due to Tanya Duca, who stands alone in first place with 51 points after correctly picking 13 of the Sweet 16. Tanya wins the first $200 award. Nice job, Tanya. Congratulations on that. We also had a three-way tie right now for second place with Jake Cutler, who got 12 of the Sweet 16. Also Dane Espegard and Matt Cassidy. Those three guys have 48 points. They're in second place. With 47 points, we have Joe Duca and Tom Skowski. With 46 points, we have our round one leader, Chris Oakes. We also have Eric Allred, Drew Cathy, and Chad Vordenberg. That rounds out our Elite 8 so far at this point. Also notable were those people who got 11 of the Sweet 16. These were people like Al DiLeonardo, Chase Findell, Mike Schmidt, Robert Katayama, and Drew Frank, who rose from the ashes up to 53rd place, but still trailing my sorry ass. Yes, Drew, you're weak. Tom Skowski figured a few things out. Out of the top 50 people left in the pool right now, 8 of them have 7 of their Elite 8 all left intact. Nobody has Stanford or Dayton. But Eric Allred, Drew Cathy, Brian Winans, Ryan Barks, Ken Schaefer, Raphael Rudzinski, Gene Powell, and Nola Crew. You guys all have 7 of your Elite 8 all left right now. Nice job. 28 more of the top 50 have 6 of their 8 left, and 42 people have their entire Final Four still intact right now, so this is still anybody's game. By the way, those people languishing on page 3 of the leaderboard with under 40 points include such prolific sports geniuses as Peter Chow, Marissa Akamura, Jeff Gamboa, Trenton Switzer, Robert Gonzalez, Peter Schneider, Earl Kelly, who rose from the cellar with 10 out of 16, and Adam Lewandowski, exhibiting a level of sports knowledge that would be expected from a Seattle Seahawks fan. All those people have 39 points, and they're on page 3 in the bowels of the pool. But they are ahead of a number of others with 38, Rebecca Holman, Justin Gluns, Jake Donald, Tyler Park, and Vance Pilkington. With 37 points, Jake Doherty, who, by the way, also managed to pay me $38.54, but was smart enough to figure it out and added the other $1.46. Thanks, Jake. The other Jake Cutler, only paid the $38.54, you stiff. With 36 points, Kyle Smith and Jake Miser. 34 points, Jordan Daniels, second to last, with a feeble showing. And with 33, the caboose still is John Big Daddy Kane. But John, Tyler Park, and Kyle Smith are my picks as the favorites to wrap up the Logan Toski Award, because their picks are the worst from this point forward. At least you guys managed to submit your bracket, which is more than I can say for Tony Carlston, who paid his $40 despite his inability to submit a valid bracket. Nice job, Tony. Can we just count your $40 for next year? All right, looking forward to Thursday, Dayton and Stanford. In fact, let me take off that hat and put on the Stanford hat, because somebody is going to be playing for a chance to be in the Final Four. Some Cinderella, Dayton or Stanford, will be playing to get into the Final Four. We got UCLA and Florida. I picked UCLA, which means they probably have no chance to win. We have Arizona versus San Diego State, a rematch from earlier this season, and we have Baylor versus Wisconsin, 2 teams that are looking strong right now. On Friday, we got Tennessee and Michigan. We also have Kentucky and Louisville, another rematch from earlier this year. Connecticut plays Ohio State, and last, probably the feature matchup of the Sweet 16, Michigan State against Virginia. Should be a good one. Have a great week, everyone. I'll be back at you guys all on Friday night with our next video. All right? See ya.